within this not forgiveness, okay, this unforgiveness, here's something that I want all of us to understand today. If anything that you are listening to and I want you to get is this. This is what I want you to get. And this is why I want people that are listening live by stream or YouTube or whatever. I want you to really understand not what I said. I want you to understand what he's saying. Yah has said, I need you to keep away from fraud. I need you to put some distance, some space between you and that which is wrong. Okay? That's number one. Number two, do not cause the death of the innocent and righteous, for I will not justify the wicked. That goes right over our head because it's written in English. So we really don't, well, I'm not going to justify. I'm not going to make them right. I might just, punish them and that's it. Doesn't mean that. Okay. The Most High is telling us this. For those Christians who don't believe that there's no one righteous and there's no one innocent, you're a lie. You're a lie. You're a liar. Paul's a liar. The book of Romans is a lie because they said there's no one innocent and there's no one righteous. The Most High just said to Moses to tell us that you should not put to death the innocent and you don't supposed to put to death the righteous. So the innocent and the righteous are here and they do exist. Okay. He says, for I will not justify the wicked. Let me give you the explanation on that. Okay. I will not justify the wicked. Okay. So here it is. Don't let the words scare you. I want you to focus on this right here. Okay. Lo atzdik. Okay. Lo atzdik. A-T-Z-deek. Okay. It says in a matter of falsehood. That's what that is. A midbar shaquare. I want you, individual. Okay. I'm not talking to the group. I'm talking to you as an individual. You. That's what a tav means in Hebrew. You are need to put some distance. You go far away from. Okay. And the naqui. Naqui has to do with the innocent. Okay. The innocent here is one who's on the breast or one who's considered innocent. Just like a child nursing on the mother's breast, that means they haven't done anything wrong. Okay, so there are innocent people. Okay, and that's the law. Joining that, the innocent and the Zadik. The Zadik are the righteous. The righteous is the people who are in pursuit of doing that which is right. That's all a righteous person is a pursuer, one who chases that which is right. So there's no way that you could tell me that there's nobody that's pursuing that which is right. Okay? We're all sinners. Yes, but a sinner can actually be a Zadik. They can turn from their ways and they can pursue that which is right. And pursuing that which is right is what the Most High is given. Now, the righteous up here is the same righteous that's mentioned right here. Zadik. Okay? Sadiq. Okay, Sadiq. So a Zadik, a pursuer of that which is right. This right here is never. Never will I will make a righteous. Okay, so let me clean up. Get rid of all this stuff so I can bring the understanding. When he says that he's not going to justify a person who kills the innocent and the righteous, what he's saying is this. Never I will make righteous the evil and the wicked. I'll say it again. Never will I make righteous the evil. You can't take an evil act and turn around and call it righteousness. You can't kill an innocent person and say that I'm going to take that evil act and I'm going to make it righteous. You can't kill a person and think you're going to walk away scot-free. Like we just read in our Torah portion in the Mishpatim, the judgment. I will never make righteous the wicked. The evil is the wicked. You can't take wickedness and convert it into righteousness. You cannot. Can the wicked turn from their wickedness? Yes, they can turn. They can make a decision, but I'll never make the wicked righteous. Never. Ever. You understand? So that's a problem. That's a problem for a lot of people, because what they're trying to do is to make the wickedness of what they're doing and saying that it's righteous. You could do all this bad stuff, and after you do it, I'm good. You could turn around and call evil good and good evil. Woe unto the man who calls good evil and evil good. Woe to the one who says that darkness is light and light is darkness. I don't have the slide, but I can show you where he says, woe to those who turn light into darkness and darkness into light. Sounds like people that are trying to make the Shabbat into the nighttime. You understand? Yah's never going to make the wicked righteous. Period. Yah was sent against him, raiding party. Here's an example to show you that Yah's not playing. Okay? Talking about forgiveness and unforgiveness. Yah was sent him raiding parties from sent against him. Who talking about? Israel and the king. Kasdim and Aram and Moab and the people of Ammon, he sent them against Yehudah to destroy him, in keeping with the word of Yahweh, which he has spoken through his servants, the prophets. Yes, it was at Yahweh's order that this happened to Yehudah, in order to remove them from his sight because of the sins of Manasseh and all he had done, and also because of the innocent blood he shed. For he had flooded Jerusalem with innocent blood, and Yahweh was unwilling to forgive. Yah is never going to forgive the shedding of innocent blood. There's another verse that you can go to in the book of Proverbs, chapter number 6, verse number 16. It will tell you that Yahweh hates the shedding of innocent blood. So Christianity has a problem. There is something about your spirit that you need to know that you have to do. The Most High has told us that the kind of person of whom I will look with favor is one with a poor and humble spirit, who trembles at my word. That word humble right there is not the Hebrew word. It's not anah. It doesn't mean to, not eat food or nothing like that. What it's talking about is one who crushes their spirit. How do you crush your spirit? This is the one that Yah's looking towards. This is he says, the person whom I look with favor is the one with the poor and humble, the one with a crushed spirit. Okay? Who trembles at my word. So the idea behind getting Yah to look at us is the one who has a crushed spirit. Okay? It didn't say a crushed soul, it said a crushed spirit. A ruach, a crushed breath. How do you crush your breath? How do you crush your spirit? Well, the Hebrew for spirit is ruach, okay? And the ruach consists of these three letters, okay? The resh, and the ket, and here's the wa, okay? Each one of these means something. The resh means the head, where you get your letter R, okay? For rosh, okay? Resh is the name of the letter, but a rosh means a head, okay? This one right here, the wa right here, is just joining these two letters together, okay? Which means and or connect, okay? That's what it is. It's the connection, it's conjunction. It connects things together. It's a tent peg, okay? A peg for a tent. The tent peg. The ket right here is a wall, okay? And it means to be separate, but it also means to be outside, because that's what A wall does. A wall separates the inside from the outside. Okay. So we have a ruach. This CH right here is this ket. This R right here is this resh. And this U, the uah right here is this wa. Okay. So the two letters that I want to focus on is the resh and the ket. Okay. The head belongs to a man. It's always recognized as the head of a man. The ket, it since it means outside. So what this is the man outside, or the outside man. Okay. The outside man has a prescribed path. Okay. They have a path that they walk on all the time. Okay. The ruach in definition means wind or breath, according to nature. Okay. That's what it means, the wind or breath. So, and the wind and the breath always goes on a path, right? It has a certain distinguished path that it goes on. We don't know which path it goes because it changes all the time. Okay. So this idea behind the man outside, or the outside man, can be a man, or male or female. They're on a prescribed path. That means that they're doing things that they've been doing a certain way all the time. You know, like you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, you go exercise, you go there, you get your coffee, you do this, you do that, you get dressed, you take a shower. You got a certain time that you do stuff at a certain place, and you go pretty much every day. Go to work, take the same freeway, blah, 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 blah. That is your prescribed path. What the Most High is talking about when he says, I want you to crush this, okay? What I want you to do, that word crush right there, it means that I want you to attack. The same word that was used for the man who was violent and all that, and he was brutish towards the Most High. The same word is being used for a person who's attacking a person who kills him. And the same one who attacks or hits his father or mother, the same word is used for all those attacks that you saw in the violent acts that were done in your Mishpat team, is the same nakah that the Most High wants you to do to your spirit. That's what I want you to do. I want you to attack your prescribed path. I want you to challenge. Okay. I want you to be hostile towards what you consider to be normal for you. I want you to scrutinize every one of your actions and your behaviors. I want you to be open to new suggestions and be receptive, not unreceptive. I want you to be responsive, not unresponsive to what I'm telling you. That's a person who is the one that I'm going to look towards. I'm looking towards the person who's willing to change the path that they're normally on to follow me and to inconvenience themselves, because their path is their path and it's not my path. It's not my path. That's the person I'm looking. I'm looking for the person who's going to take my path. That's what a crushed spirit is. Okay. I need you to attack what you do on your path. And I want you to say that you're no longer going to be driven like an ox or a donkey based on what other people are telling you. Your priority and your mission is to understand who your master is. I want you to recognize me and give me the full respect and the credit that I am due. And I want you to give me careful attention. I want you to give me, as we started off our lesson, insufficient attention to what I said. If you do what I'm telling you to do, then you'll survive, you'll live. But you have to have a crushed spirit. Those are the only ones that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a person who can do it on their own. I'm not looking for someone who thinks they're smart enough they don't need my guidance. I'm not looking to be a buddy with somebody or a partner. I'm not looking to co-rule with you. I'm not. I'm not your friend. I'm your master. I tell you what it is. Okay? It's like the axe telling the one who chops the wood that I'm the one chopping the wood. The axe is saying, boasting against the one who holds it. It's the stick that's in the hand that's I'm raising the person, I'm making the person walk. You and I are nothing but tools and instruments of our master. We're resources that he's decided to use for us to be part of his plan. And it takes a crushed spirit. And if you and I decide that we don't want to do what the Most High says, he says you might as well go kill a person. Go ahead, go kill a person like you would an ox, because it ain't gonna mean nothing. You might as well break a dog's neck and sacrifice it as a lamb, as well as offer pig's blood as a grain offering. You might as well bless an idol as you burn incense, because it's not going to make any difference. No, that doesn't matter. Go kill a person like you would an animal. If you're not willing to crush yourself, you might as well do this. Because just as these have chosen their ways and enjoy their disgusting practices, so I will enjoy making fools of them and bring on them the very things that they fear. See? When you and I refuse to follow the path that Yah has outlined and designated for his people, you might as well do these things. And guess what? People are doing these things. They are. Even if they went to sacrifice an ox, it's like they're killing a person to the Most High. So he says, you might as well go kill a person. Because what they're doing is they're prescribing. Remember, I talked about our prescribed path that you and I normally do? That's our own way. You chosen your own way. I want you to know, when you choose your way and you're going to keep doing what you want to do, you might as well go ahead and kill a person like you're killing an ox. Or kill an ox like you're killing a person. It ain't going to matter to me. It's not. Because I'm going to bring upon you the things that you fear. Because your ways are not my ways and your thoughts are not my thoughts. Why? For when I called, no one answering. It used to say answered, but in Hebrew, it doesn't say answered past tense. It's participling, meaning that it's actively, presently happening. I'm calling. How am I calling to you? When is Yah calling to us? Do we hear his voice from Mount Sinai? Do we hear him talking to us? Where is his voice? It's in the Mishpatim. It's in the Torah. It's in the covenant. And when I spoke, they did not hear it. Same text, Isaiah chapter number 66, which was in your Haftarah. I'm calling and I'm speaking, and nobody's answering. They did not hear. Instead, they did what was evil in my sight. And they chose what did not please me, because you're on your own path. You're on your own path. And when you're not pleasing Yahweh, you are showing violence towards the Most High. That's what I'm saying. So when I told you earlier that I'm the donkey, I'm the dumbass, I meant it. Because I'm showing hostility to the Most High, because David still wants to do what he wants to do. He still wants to be entertained. You see? Well, I have my own life. Surely I should have some personal time. No. I'm the servant. I'm the donkey. I'm the ox. And I need to be the one that needs to be broken. We need to be broken so we can do the work that Yah wants. So if it means I got to break down your body, I'll break your body down. Whatever I got to do to get your attention, I'm going to do it. But as you show your hostility towards me, your violence towards me, it means that you're still about you. You have any reluctancy towards what I said, and you're not listening and you're not responding, because answering means giving a response to the Most High, which we found out that the children of Israel being unresponsive. And they're not receptive to what he's talking about, because they still want to do what they want and they don't want to do what pleases Yah. Pleasing Yah, everyone, is the goal. And the only type of people that can be that type of person to him is the one that he said that you need to be the person I'm looking for is the one with favor, is the one who has a poor and a crushed spirit and who's going to tremble at my word, which is what I said. Your Torah portion talked about consideration. He wants us to think carefully about our decisions. Again, if, it's not if, it's when. When a fire is started and spreads to thorns, and so the stacked grain, standing grain, or field is destroyed, the person who lit it must make shalom, restitution. Why is this here? We don't have stacks of grain. We don't have a field. We didn't light a fire. What is it? Guess what it means? You need to start making calculations, because it's not if a fire starts, it's when it starts. So when you start to do any type of work that you're doing, he's saying you need to be looking at every possibility that can go wrong. If you're going to do something, this is what he's saying. If you're going to do something, you need to count the cost. I need you to risk assess this. I need you to know, am I willing to pay the cost? What is the cost of not doing what y'all said? You're going to pay your restitution. What is the cost to still be on your path and your way? What are you willing to pay? Yes, you and I are going to do things, but there's always going to be a cost. And sometimes it's expensive. Sometimes you can't afford it. Sometimes you might have to go into slavery. The Torah portion, you found out some things will be lost and others will be found. What are you talking about, Akika? He said somebody stole something and you didn't know where it happened to it, and they didn't find the thief. It's lost. It perished. It's gone. God knows where it went, but you don't know. You don't know where it went. Some things you're going to find, some things you're not. That's the risk. There's always a risk, everybody. There's always something, a threat. There's always threats in everything you do. When a person trusts a neighbor to look after a donkey, an ox, a sheep, or any animal, and it dies, is injured, or driven away unseen, they don't know where it went, then the neighbor's oath before Yahweh that he has not taken the goods will settle the matter between them. The owner, the Baal, is to accept it without the neighbors making restitution. In lieu of giving restitution, and you're innocent and you really didn't do anything wrong, he's saying that you can say, you swear an oath before Yahweh. You swear an oath before me. Why? Why before me? Because Yahweh is true. You take an oath in Yah's name because Yahweh, this is the truth. Yahweh's name is the truth. When you swear that oath, you're saying that what I'm telling you is true. All your actions have to be measured by what is true. If you don't have the truth, then you're going to make some restitution to make things true, to make things right, to make things balance. There has to be restitution. Our Elohim is telling you and I, through judgments, it's going to be restitution. I'm going to pay everybody back. And you and I, as the children of Israel, we're going to have to understand that this recipe right here is never going to change. Your Torah portion, there was opportunities that were mentioned. There's opportunities that were found, opportunities to show righteousness, the opportunities to reflect the character of the Most High. See, we read this. Well, I don't live there. I don't know. I don't know what that is. We got to be looking for opportunities. Again, it's not if, it's when. When you come upon your enemies, ox and donkey, have you noticed how he keeps using the ox and the donkey? Straying, you must return it to him because he's the master of it. If you see the donkey, which belongs to someone who hates you, lying down helpless under his load, you are not to pass him by, but you are to go and help him. Free it. It's an opportunity. Yah's telling us that when you have opportunity to show Yah's kindness and to show Yah's mercy and show righteousness, these opportunities, not if, but when they present themselves, You and I need to do the right thing. It's not if this happens, it's when. See why it's important to make sure you got the right word there? When, because opportunities will come. I am Yahweh, your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Mizraim, so that you would not be their slaves. I have broken the bars of your yoke, so that you can walk upright. Again, going back to the donkey, going back to the load, going back to the oxen, they need help. Why? So you can break the bars and take the load off of them so they can walk uprightly, so they can function, so they can operate and live in a way and perform the work that they're supposed to. When you have a yoke on your neck, you can't do the work, okay? A heavy yoke, okay? Yah broke their yoke of our neck so we can walk uprightly before him, right? So there, when he talks about their yoke, it's not just a hard labor, everybody. Their yoke was their customs. Their yoke was their food. Their yoke was their diet. Their yoke was their way that they thought. They put all that on you, and I broke it so I can set you free so you can walk upright. So obviously this yoke that they had on you was too much for you, and you couldn't bear it. So I broke it so your freaking neck wouldn't be broke. So you can walk up, instead of you looking deformed, you can actually walk the way that I want you to walk. Walking here and walking upright means to live. Halak, I want you to walk and live in the way that I told you to live. Isn't that something wonderful? The Most High is breaking the yoke of our neck so we can walk and live in front of him in a way that he wants us to, so it'll be functional. Torah portion speaks about these enemies. You see, New Testament tell you to love them. So I never told nobody to love your enemy. Never said it. He never said love your enemy. Never said it. What did he say? If you come upon your enemy's ox and donkey strain, you must return it to him. That's not loving him. Guess what that is? That's being righteous. If you see the donkey, which belongs to someone who hates you, lying down on helpless under his load, you are not to pass him by. You go by and help him. You free it. Oh, that's love. That's love. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's mercy.
It's obeying the word of the Most High.
Yes. Thank you. Obedience to what Yah said. That means that you and I will look past the person who hates us. Not that you hate them, they hate you. I'm not telling you to love those who hate you. I'm telling you to follow what I said. Regardless if it's an enemy, regardless if they hate you. You're supposed to always do what's right. Enemies. We have enemies, people. You have an enemy. This is one of your biggest enemies right here. This is somebody who's pretending to be your friend. Come to me, all you who are struggling and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, because I'm gentle and humble in heart. You will find rest for your souls. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. Who said that? Did Yah say that? Who said this? Somebody tell me, who said these words or allegedly said it?
JC.
There you go. So listen what he says. I want you to come to me. That's the command. All you who are struggling and burdened. See? So you might be struggling and burdened with what? What are you struggling and burdened with? Are you the donkey with the load on you? What burden is he talking about? And I will give you rest. Some interpretations say, I will give rest unto your souls. Not just give you rest, I'm going to give rest unto your souls. A burden is struggling from what? Oh, that's right. Struggling and I'm burdened with trying to do the right thing. Oh, if I'm doing the right thing, then that means it's told, that means it's functional. Oh, that's what's been given to me, the laws, the statutes, and the judgments of Yah. So those are the things that I'm burdened with. Oh, I can't do it. It's too much for me. So now I want you to take my yoke upon you and learn from me. Because the yoke, remember, talks about learning. I want you to learn from me. My yoke is learning from me. I don't want you to learn from Moses. Let's don't learn from him no more, because he gave you Yah's words and judgments were too hard for you. So now what I want you to do is I want you to learn from me. I want you to come to me. I want you to take my yoke, because I'm going to teach you what you need to do. Why? Because I'm gentle and God isn't. Yahweh isn't gentle. Yahweh's not humble in heart, but I am. And then you're going to find rest for your souls, because your soul can't do what Yah's asking you to do, because that yoke that you have is hard and you're struggling with to do what Yah says. And it's a burden for you that you can't carry, because Yah put it on you because he knew that you couldn't carry it. This is what this person has said, and this is what's being taught to people. The burden is the mishpat. It's the commands of Yah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make stuff easy for you. And I'm going to make it light for you. Because Yah's intention was to burden you down so you would be the donkey or the dumbass that has the load on you that can't walk. That's what this person just told you. That's what he's implying, people. That the Most High would give you something he know that you couldn't handle. And that's a damn lie. Period. Yes, very Machiavellian. You see? That's what this is about. This is to make you think that Yah would put something on you too hard for you to carry, which is the mishpat. That's your enemy. Listen what Yah says. Let's find out what yoke Yah does put on you. And let's see if this guy that just told us that he's going to make it easy and make it light. Let's see if that's true. These curses will be on you and your descendants as a sign and a wonder forever. This is in Deuteronomy chapter number 28, verse number 45, 44 to 46. Because you didn't serve Yahweh. What do you mean serve Yahweh? Oh, you weren't the oxen? You weren't the donkey? You weren't the servant? You didn't serve Yahweh with gladness, joy, and gladness. Oh, really? So what is the joy and gladness in your heart, which is in your mind? You have such an abundance of everything. So Yah did give you everything, and he did give you. So everything he gave you, you still weren't happy with it. He gave you joy and gladness. You didn't celebrate that. You didn't serve him in joy and gladness because he's your master. So you didn't serve him with joy and gladness. You weren't thankful. And how did he want us to have joy and gladness? Oh, that's right. The Mishpat team tells us that, hey, every 6 years, I want you to work your lands, but in the 7th, I want you to let it set free so it can just let it lay hollow there or follow. I don't want you to work it. Oh, that's right. 6 days during the week, I want you to work. And then on the 7th day, I want you to let your donkey, your ox, your maidservant, your male servant, and you guys and your family rest so you can restore your souls. Matter of fact, don't want to leave without telling you this. When the Most High tells us that on the Shabbat, I want you to cease, I want you to breathe. He used the word nafash. This means to take a breath, okay? And what's taking a breath is your nefesh. Okay, so your nephesh is your soul. Your nafash is taking a breath. I want you to restore yourself by taking a long breath. I need you to breathe. So what he's saying is 6 days you're working, you're huffing and puffing, and you going to sleep at night is not enough. I need you to give that 7 days so you can breathe. So I'm giving you some breathing room and I'm giving you some space. So when I say that you didn't serve me with joy and gladness, that means that you didn't keep the Shabbat. You weren't breathing. You weren't celebrating. You weren't happy. Why? Because you don't like rest. You don't like ceasing. You want to make money, 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 money. You want to do better than everybody else. You're in your heart. You didn't do it in your mind. You weren't thankful because you had the abundance of everything. So what did you do? You didn't serve Yah. You didn't. You didn't. Because you didn't serve Yah, right? Like the yoke, Yah says, Yah will send an enemy against you and you will serve him. That's what I'm going to have you do now. Remember the one that just told you, take upon my yoke. That's who he sent you to. He sent you to the one who's in charge of the nations that you're in right now. They will work you down into the ground. You're going to serve him. Not them, him. Who? Your enemy. Which is JC the Christ. And when you're hungry and thirsty and poorly clothed and lacking everything, he will put a yoke of iron on your neck and told you that it was light. It told you that the burden was easy and the yoke was light so you can get rest into your souls. He's going to put this yoke on your neck until he destroys you. What is the yoke, people? We've been finding out the yoke is about learning. So if you've been learning Christianity, it's been the yoke of iron that's been on our necks to destroy you. He's going to destroy you, not Yah. He's going to destroy you. He's the one that told you to let me take upon my yoke and put it on your neck. The whole time he's putting it around your neck is iron. It's locked tight where you can't get out. And today our people can't even get from underneath that yoke of Christianity. They don't want to be free. They'd rather serve JC than serve Yah. They'd rather serve JC on Sunday and blaspheme and break Yahweh's Shabbat today. They don't want to take a breath today.